Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the disadvantages of series circuit. In our previous videos, we have discussed about circuit with series combination of resistors and circuit with parallel combination of resistors. We have seen that in a series circuit, the current is constant throughout the electrical circuit. Thus, it is impracticable to connect an electric bulb and a heater. You just consider this as an electric bulb and this as a heater. It is impracticable to connect an electric bulb and an electric heater in series like this because this is impracticable. Okay, why? Because they need different currents of different values to operate properly. You just imagine this as a bulb and this as a heater. Both are connected in series. Okay, we can just connect the two ends of the series combination to a voltage source here so that some current flows through this circuit, and since they are connected in series, the same current flows through the bulb and same current flows through the heater. But they need currents of different values to operate properly actually practically. So it is impracticable. That is, this is not practicable. Okay, this is impracticable to connect an electric bulb and an electric heater in series combination. To understand this clearly, consider an electric bulb with resistance of the filament as 1200 ohm. So R is actually the resistance of the filament of this electric bulb. The resistance is 1200 ohms. Okay, the voltage supplied to our homes is 220 volt. That is the potential difference between the live wire and the neutral wire is 220 volt. So we can consider V as 220 volt. Okay, so we connect this electric bulb in our home. How much, if we connect this electric bulb in our home, how much current will the bulb draw? We have V as 220 volt. We have the resistance of the filament of that bulb as 1200 ohm. So how much current will this bulb draw when it is connected to this voltage source? That is, we have from Ohm's law, we have V is equal to I into R at a constant temperature actually. Okay, anyway, V is equal to I into R. Then from this expression, that is by rearranging this expression, we can write I as what? V divided by R. That is, when I am taking this R to this side, that goes to the denominator. So I is equal to V by R. So what will be the current here? I is equal to V 220 volt divided by R is 1200 ohm. When you are doing this calculation, you will get the value as approximately 0.18 ampere because it is the current now. So unit is ampere. Okay, that is the current drawn by an electric bulb from the 220 volt source is 0.18 ampere. Okay, now suppose that there is an electric heater too in our home. Let the resistance of this electric heater, let the resistance of the heater coil be 100 ohm. So R is the resistance of the heater coil and that is equal to 100 ohm. Okay, now if we connect this electric heater to the voltage source, how much current will it draw from the 220 volt source? That is, voltage V is equal to 220 volt. So how much current will it draw? That is, we can calculate by using the same expression. I is equal to V by R, which is equal to 220 volt divided by 100 ohms. So while you are doing this calculation, you will get the value as 2.2 ampere. Okay, that is the current drawn by the electric heater from the same 220 volt. Okay, from the same 220 volt source is 2.2 ampere. So see the difference in current drawn by an electric bulb and an electric heater from the same 220 volt source. That is why I said it is impracticable to connect an electric bulb and an electric heater in series. This is impracticable. This is not practicable because in series circuit, the current is constant throughout the circuit. But you see, the bulb and the heater, they need currents of different values. This is not just the case of a bulb and a heater. It is the same situation for any other electrical devices like refrigerator, cooler, fan, etc. Another major disadvantage of a series circuit is that when one component fails, the circuit becomes broken or open and none of the other component works. For example, in our home, you just consider we connect the fan, bulb, television, washing machine and other electrical devices in series combination. Okay, if the bulb fails or fuse, the whole circuit becomes an open circuit and none of the other devices work. The fan will not work, the television won't work, like that. Okay. You might have seen fairy lights used to decorate buildings on festivals, on marriage celebrations, etc. You might have noticed the electrician spending lot of time in locating and replacing the dead bulb. That is, if one of these bulbs fails, the whole chain stops working. So if you have 50 or 100 bulbs in series, if one breaks down, then all of them will stop working and it will be difficult to find out the damaged one and replace it. And you see, there is no way to control the individual devices while you are connecting all the electrical devices in series combination. That is, you have to turn on all the devices or you want to turn off all the devices. You cannot turn on a bulb and off the TV at the same time. So that is also one disadvantage of the series combination. On the other hand, a parallel circuit divides the current through the electrical gauges. We know that if I is the current flowing through the whole circuit, that gets divided into I1 and I2 like this. That is, a parallel circuit divides the current through the electrical gadgets. So parallel combination is helpful when the gadgets has different resistance and requires different current to operate properly. So, in this video, we have discussed about the major disadvantages of the series circuit and the advantage of that parallel circuit. I hope you understood this. Thank you.